Hey folks, this is Doug at Victory Condition Gaming, and I am so excited to be previewing, unboxing, and reviewing the latest Golem Arcana expansion, the Zikia Heralds of the Great Weald. This pack doesn't hit stores until Wednesday, April 22nd. So if you are interested in buying this pack, definitely check with your friendly local gaming stores and make sure that they are getting this in stock and that it will be available for sale on Wednesday. If they're not planning on ordering this pack, request that they do, because I think this is definitely a pack that you're not going to want to miss, because it's got some really great and unique golems in here. Let's just take a look at the packaging real quick. This is the front. It's got a nice window display. You've got your three miniatures. You've got a nice illustration of the Prowler. On the top here, you've got Nightshade. You also have, your logo. Yens. The back, nice little description of what's in the box, the contents. Let's open this. Usually these are shrink wrapped. I remove the shrink wrap just to help with time for this video. And let's open this up and take a look at what's in the pack. Let's set that guy right there. It comes with, this is what's in the pack of cards. It comes with the miniatures. You got your mana wells. You have 3 cards for your miniatures and 4 relic cards. The 4 relics are the Zephyr of Erhaka, which costs 5 hit points, and all status effects on this golem are dispelled. Discard after use. So basically, if you've got an ongoing effect on your golem, use this and it cures them for 5 hit points, which is very cool. And then that's the illustration on the back. Nihata Laurel. 4 mana. Flip this card over and place it in the golem's current region. The Sacred Grove grows there, trapping golems in its underbrush. This is very cool. Look at this. 40 hit points, 5 armor, 10 dodge. It is a ranged attack. It's 0 AP, 85% chance to hit, 2 range, and it says activate the Sacred Grove to draw an enemy golem into this region, causing it to lose 2 movement for this round. This attack can be used 3 times per round. That's very cool. So pretty much you're drawing in golems and locking them in. It's a nice little trap for the board. I like it. Chalice of Mists, 6 mana, 3 range. For 3 rounds, every time the target golem moves, it moves an additional random region. Discard after use. So basically, if you like to mess up your opponent's plans, you can throw this at them and make them move around to a place where they probably don't want to go. So that's pretty sneaky. I like it. Gore's Mask, 3 mana. All enemy golems in this region are pushed 2 random regions away. Discard after use. I dig it. I like it. I'm a big fan of displacement. When I play, I like pushing my opponent's figures around. I like being able to move my golems into like maybe an area that I need to position them better into. So I like anything that kind of hinders or messes up my opponent's plans. I like to add to my army. So this is kind of neat. I could definitely see this being used on a lot of my builds. And for 3 mana, that's pretty cheap. I definitely could use that. Let's take a look at the miniatures. First one is Prowler. Look at this guy. He's very cool looking. I dig this. Got a nice little golem on the Iron Knight on the top. Let's take a look at his card. Prowler 75 hit points, 6 armor, 14 dodge, 1 to fly, 1 action point. You can go 3 range, multi-directional, up and down, back and forth, diagonal. So I like that movement. He's got a range attack, which is called Caustic Spray, 2 action points, 75% chance to hit, 20 damage, 2 range, and basically it says the Prowler spits a stream of acid at any who oppose it. All targets hit by this attack deal 10 damage to all other golems in the region. Basically it's like a splash effect, causing damage after. That's kind of neat. Oh, and Prowler has a passive ability where poison oozes from between the Prowler's joints when this golem moves. If its next attack hits, it deals 5 damage each round for 3 rounds. So basically what you're going to want to be doing with this guy is just moving and attacking, moving and attacking, moving and attacking, because every time you hit, after you move, you're doing 5 damage each round afterwards for 3 rounds. So that's really cool. I like those ongoing effects because the app tracks it for you, and I don't have to track it on my own. But yeah, you just keep doing damage to an enemy. He also has a melee attack, which is 1 action point, 75% chance to hit, 25 damage, and it says the Prowler rips chunks from its prey with teeth that have filed to razor-sharp points. Basically, your standard melee attack. It's pretty cheap, 1 action point for 25 damage. I like that. I like Prowler. He's very cool. Let's take a look at Earthfall. Earthfall is a big dude. He is hefty. These guys are all there. They're not hollow miniatures. They're solid guys. So basically, he's got big boulder fists, big hulking brute, and then he's got a little knight there on the top poking out. I like this guy. Let's take a look at his card. Earthfall, 115 hit points, 14 armor, 8 dodge, costs 1 to walk. He can walk 2 movement, but only back and forth and up and down. So he can't move diagonal. So he's big, doesn't have a whole lot of movement, but that's okay because he's a tank. Actually, let's take a look and see if he's got passive. He does have passive. Earthfall barrels through everything in its enormous mass. This golem always ignores movement penalties for all region types. So it doesn't matter what terrain you're in. It's not going to affect him. He's just a big brute, and nothing's going to slow him down. So that's good because his movement isn't great to begin with. So if you have anything that's going to hinder that, he's going to avoid it. So that's awesome. He's got a rolling pummel. It costs 1 AP. It's a melee attack. 75% chance to hit, 30 damage. And it says, the Earthfall's boulder fists land with great momentum. This attack pushes the target golem away 1 region and reduces this golem's movement cooldowns by 1. That's awesome. I like that. Pretty much you're going to be pounding somebody with your boulder fists, pushing them out, and then your movement actually cools down, and you're going to be able to go into that region that they just got moved to and pound them again if you want to. So that's pretty nasty because you're doing 30 damage each time. So he's definitely a brute. Smashing Quake is another melee attack. 2 action points, 85% chance to hit, 25 damage. This golem slams the ground, disrupting its foes with a Great Quake. Targets hit by this attack lose 1 movement to all their movement abilities for 2 rounds. Basically, you're locking down your movement ability on your opponent when you hit them with that. That's cool. Clobber, 2 action points, 70% chance to hit, 45 damage. Yikes. You don't want, I don't think you want any little guys up against Earthfall because they might get taken out with just that 1 hit. The great weight of Earthfall's boulder fist crashed down with tremendous power. So it is just a standard melee attack, but it's going to do some heavy damage with 45 hit points. Yikes. Yeah, you're going to want someone with a lot of hit points to go up against that guy if you're going to go in with melee attacks. Yikes. So that's Earthfall. Let's take a look at This is Nightshade. He's very cool looking. Kind of looks a little like insectish with his 6 legs. And then he's got this like little dagger arm kind of thing. Oh, he's so cool. I love this pack. This is just going to be an awesome pack, I think. With Nightshade, he has 55 hit points, 4 armor, 10 dodge, 1 action point to move, 0. What? Yeah, okay, let's take a look at that in a little bit. We'll go back to that. He's got a... Does he have any... He doesn't have any passive ability. Shifting Backstab, 1 action point. It's a ranged attack, 4 range, which is really actually pretty far. 85% chance to hit, 10 damage for 4 range. Let's see what it says. The Nightshade only moves when its target is in sight. Aha! That answers that. This golem moves the target's region. If this attack hits, this golem gains 10 damage for this round. So, the way this guy works is if you have a enemy that comes within 4 range and line of sight of Nightshade, you can target him. Doesn't matter if it hits or not. You initiate the attack, and you're going to move Nightshade to that target's region. If it hits, it's just a bonus. If not, you're moving. So that's good. It's kind of built into that attack. I like it. Kind of makes you want to build around these guys. I think there's some other ways you can enhance this attack. I think maybe you could put a knight. I think you put Knight Simaha of the Nightwood on this guy, and then anytime Nightshade is in medium cover, it gains 2 range. So you go from 4 to 6. So that makes it even better. So I like that. The other way that you could probably enhance that, of course, if you put them on elevated terrain, you're going to add 1 to the distance. I'm trying to think what else. You could probably give it. You probably put on the. What is the? You could probably add the solitary to an ancient one to your army, and then that kind of gives you, for 6 mana, if you leave him in a zone uncontested, or not uncontested, all by himself, it adds 1 movement to his movement abilities, so you could move him a little bit that way for 6 mana. You could also add, what's the relic? I think the best way to go is probably Daku's Lens, which costs 1 AP, it gives your golem 10 range. So basically you're going to be able to target anything on the board and get him out in the middle of the board, which is where you want him, because once he's out in the middle of the board, you can probably get to a whole lot of different enemy golems in that way. So this guy's a little tricky, but I like the way the folks at Golem Arcana are making us think about our builds, because definitely this guy takes a little more building around in order to play, which I really dig. I think we're going to see more and more of that coming up. He also has Incision, which is 1 AP, 85% chance to hit for 23 damage. The Nightshade draws its Wicked Stone Blade backhanded, slicing up and through its targets with incredible speed. Basically, it's just a nice melee attack. It's cheap. So you could probably, if you do the first one with a shifting backstab, where you move into an area and then attack, and then it does 5 damage for each one. So you actually, if you do that one and then the Incision, you're actually doing 28 damage, which is actually pretty decent. Slash is another melee attack, costs 2 AP, 75% chance to hit for 31 damage. The Nightshade twists its trunk to the snapping point, then spins to unleash a mighty blow with its claws and blade. Again, another standard melee attack, which is kind of cool. It's a very cool pack. It hits retail Wednesday. So definitely check with your friendly local gaming store to see if they're carrying this pack. If they aren't planning on carrying it, then definitely request that they do, because stores sometimes need a little bit of prodding as far as what products to have in stock. Sometimes they don't really know what's going to sell and what's not, but this, if they know that they've got a customer that really wants to buy this pack, they'll more than likely order it for you, which is great, because this is a great pack. And I think it's great for someone that is already got all the other packs. It also is great for someone that just has a starter, because of the fact that you can use it with all the different factions, the Durrani, the Zikia, the Gudana, or you can just use it by its own with the Mercenary Kings, which is neat. We do have, if you follow my channel, I do have additional Golem Arcana review videos, so definitely check those out. I've got more content coming up, so definitely subscribe to my channel and you'll be the first to see those. I'm going to be posting and uploading videos quite regularly as things get released, and sometimes maybe before. We'll see. So definitely check us out, subscribe, give us a thumbs up. We do have a monthly live stream channel where we do Golem Arcana live events, live streaming events, where we interview folks involved in the game, and we are working on an event for May. I can't really announce a whole lot. We're trying to set up some of the details, but I'm definitely working on that. I'm going to put the link for our live stream channel in the description, so definitely go on there, follow us, and you'll get notified as soon as we schedule our live stream events. We definitely enjoy people watching us and interacting with us on the live stream monthly events as well. So definitely like, comment, and subscribe this video. And if you have any suggestions on how you think you'd build around Nightshade, definitely leave them in the comments, because I think this guy's going to be pretty fun to build around once people get their hands on him. So yeah, so thanks for tuning in to my preview. Rush out and get this pack on Wednesday, and I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching.